What's in the box?
The Academy Award. For an actor, it is the pinnacle of their career. It's a sign that after all the years of waiting tables, all the bit parts in sleazy horror movies, all the abuse you've taken from tyrant directors, you've shown them all that you're among the best of the best in Hollywood. Then you wake up from your cocaine high and find out you did some piece of shit called Agent 00 Dog Sitter and find yourself back at square one. Yes, it's a cruel fact of life that with one bad script choice, a Hollywood celebrity can be knocked down from A-list to C-list to Dancing with the Stars in the blinking of an eye. And I, Jesse Shade, am going to be your guide through some of the most epic post-Oscar failures in the history of film acting. Keep in mind that we will not include the cast of Movie 43 or Nicolas Cage, because we don't want to make this list too predictable.
Screaming at the door!
So without further ado, JoBlo.com and Awfully Good Movies welcome you to the top 10 worst post-Oscar career choices. Number 10, Charlize Theron in Aeon Flux. Now we're placing this one at the bottom of the list because, unlike a lot of the other actors here, Charlize bounced back pretty quickly after this adaptation of the MTV animated series belly flopped at the box office. That same year, she also starred as a sexually harassed minor in the true life drama North Country, which garnered her another Oscar nomination. But still, having to go from strong female roles such as that one and her Oscar-winning portrayal of Eileen Wuornos in Monster to slinking around in spandex in a bad Matrix clone, it's not necessarily a step up. Especially after the movie is derided by the creator of the original show as a travesty. We can only hope that her other turn as a post-apocalyptic warrior in Mad Max Fury Road yields better results. And let's not forget Charlize's co-star and fellow Oscar winner, Frances McDormand, who played the... Okay, Mrs. McDormand, I'm sorry, I'll take you off the list, please don't eat me! Number 9, Jeff Bridges in R.I.P.D. Ever since Jeff Bridges took home the Oscar Gold for playing an alcoholic country singer in Crazy Heart, he's taken it upon himself to stick to that vein and play more grumbly old drunk men with beards.
I can do nothing for you, son.
Our world is different. There was more. You are the seventh son of a seventh son.
But even though that strategy got him another Oscar nod for True Grit, it also landed him in The Giver, Seventh Son, and the steaming heap of crap known as R.I.P.D., which I believe is an acronym for what Jeff Bridges' agent said when he said he wanted to do the script. Really? Please don't. With its obvious theft of plot elements from better movies, undercooked story, and boatloads of shitty CGI, this supernatural actioner put the R.I.P. in R.I.P.D. and proved to Jeff Bridges that going can only sustain your career for so long. Number 8, Jack Palance in Cyborg 2. You'd think that after winning an Oscar for playing the cantankerous trail boss that inspires neurotic city boy Billy Crystal to embrace the Wild West in City Slickers, Jack Palance would stop taking paycheck parts in trash like Angel's Brigade and Outlaw of Gore and get back to the early heights of his career, such as Sudden Fear or Shane. But those one-handed push-ups clearly drained the blood out of his brain, because a year after his Oscar triumph, Jack Palance was back to his half-assed ways playing a renegade cyborg in Cyborg 2, an in-name only sequel to the 1989 Van Damme flick Cyborg. While Palance's young co-star Angelina Jolie left this fiasco behind her to become, well, Angelina Jolie, Palance would move forward with a crappy City Slickers sequel before he eventually retired in 2004 and passed away in 2006. A Hollywood legend throwing away his newfound prestige only to get a quick paycheck.
Believe it or not.
Number 7, Jamie Foxx in Stealth. At the time of his Oscar win for embodying the legendary Ray Charles in 2004's Ray, Jamie Foxx should have been working on a complex drama that would showcase his newly lauded acting skills. But nope, the day after he tearfully thanked the Academy, he was back on set to be third billed behind bargain bin Matthew McConaughey and Jessica Biel and fight an evil robot jet plane in 2005's Stealth. As Ray Charles, Foxx portrayed a genius struggling to bring joy to the world through a debilitating drug addiction and the struggle of blindness. As Lieutenant Henry Purcell, Foxx died halfway through the movie trying to blow up an evil jet plane. Oh, I'm sorry. Spoiler alert! Though this career choice would come to bite Jamie in the ass, his career would eventually come back full force with his performance in Django Unchained. only to follow that up with White House Down, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and Annie. God damn it, Jamie Foxx, stop talking to your agent after she's inhaled a can of keyboard duster. Number 6, Louise Fletcher in Exorcist II, The Heretic. It seemed perfectly logical that after playing the tyrannical Nurse Ratched in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, a leading role in the sequel to one of the most iconic films of the 1970s would be just the ticket to riding that post-Oscar wave. But for Louise Fletcher, she ended up picking one of the most batshit sequels ever made, from a director, John Boorman, who openly hated the original movie. And boy does that show. Even with Boorman's desperate attempts to recut and re-release the movie during its release twice, the movie was laughed into submission by audiences and spat upon by original Exorcist creators William Peter Blatty and William Friedkin. And out of all the actors who made up this insanity fest, Fletcher was the one whose career was sunk the most. And mind you, she co-starred alongside James Earl Jones in a locust costume. With schlock like Mama Dracula, High School High, and A Dennis the Menace Christmas popping up on her resume after the mega flop of Exorcist 2, it's clear that the train to post-Oscar opportunity passed Mrs. Fletcher a long time ago. Number 5, Adrien Brody in Inappropriate Comedy. With his triumphant smooch with Halle Berry on the Oscar stage, Adrien Brody declared with his Oscar win that he was here and he was gonna stay. And after working with a director as prestigious as Roman Palance in The Pianist, for whom Brody got rid of his apartment, sold his car, dumped his girlfriend, and went down to 130 pounds just to get in the character, you'd think that beating Jack Nicholson and Daniel Day-Lewis for an Oscar would put him nowhere but up. But in between working with directors as prestigious as Woody Allen and Wes Anderson in supporting roles, Brody's also suffered a surprising amount of flops, none of which are as baffling as being directed by the sham wow guy in the feature-length sketch comedy Inappropriate Comedy. See, you pronounce the app like it's an app on an iPad because it's funny, even though it isn't! How you can think it's okay to go from a Holocaust victim to a gay stereotype cop named Flirty Harry who has to puke out such lines as this?
Go ahead. Make me gay.
It boggles the mind, even if it's just a 5-minute sketch in an 84-minute movie. And he doesn't have the same excuse as the cast of Movie 43, where everyone in that flick was a prestigious actor tricked into doing a shitty comedy. No! Adrien Brody was co-starring alongside Michelle Rodriguez, Rob Schneider, and Lindsay Lohan. One of these things is not like the other! The last time Adrien Brody tried to do sketch comedy, it got him banned from Saturday Night Live. But this time, it only got him banned from the hearts of movie-going audiences. Number 4, Whoopi Goldberg in Theodore Rex. One day, you're co-starring alongside Patrick Swayze and nabbing Oscars. Then another day, you're suiting up in latex and fighting crime in the future alongside an animatronic dinosaur. Swayze one day, dinosaur another day. Swayze, dinosaur! I mean, how the hell does any career hit this low in that short of a period of time? Well, in Whoopi's case, it's after you make a verbal agreement to star in the movie, get sued for $20 million when you try to get out of the movie, and end up settling for a $7 million paycheck to end up doing the movie. And boy, does Whoopi ever look like she's being held against her will to be in this piece of shit. Co-starring alongside the inbred cousins of Earl Sinclair and wearing an outfit that's clearly made for a more attractive woman. So after Theodore Rex went straight to the video shelf, missing the theaters completely, Whoopi's career would inevitably go down the same path as many other faded icons from the 1990s, babbling about inane bullshit on The View.
Is it ridiculousness or is it racist?
It's racist.
See, I don't think
Number 3, Roberto Benigni in Pinocchio. After failing to make a splash in the Pink Panther franchise, Italian comedian Roberto Benigni finally made it big in America when he received not just the Best Foreign Film Oscar, but the Best Actor Oscar as well, for his tragicomic Holocaust flick, Life is Beautiful. As he leapt over chairs and fought valiantly with the English language,
I would like to be Jupiter and lie down in the firmament, making love with everybody.
it was easy to say that America's heart was his. So logically, the best way to follow that up is to play Pinocchio, even though you are a 49-year-old man. And though his adaptation of the famed fairy tale, as co-written and directed by him as well, was a huge success in his native Italy, Pinocchio was unceremoniously dumped into theaters in America with a shitty American dub.
I can't stand the smell of it. It's not fair. No. Oh.
And sank like a stone. Namely because it's hard to sell the American public on a 49-year-old flesh and blood man playing a wooden boy. So other than one more directorial effort and an appearance in Woody Allen's To Rome with Love, Benigni has largely chosen to stay out of the spotlight for good. All because he was a 49-year-old man who, despite not being a child, ended up playing a child! No! No, sir! That is wrong! Number 2, Halle Berry in Catwoman. With one bad call from her agent, Halle Berry found herself going from tearfully accepting an Oscar for her emotionally raw work in Monsters Ball in 2002 to jokingly accepting a Razzie for her tuna-eating, catnip-rubbing performance in Catwoman in 2005. The one thing people forget about the case of Halle Berry, though, is that her actual performance is not that bad. She does everything an actress playing Catwoman should do, and under better circumstances, she may have been as highly regarded in the part as Michelle Pfeiffer or Anne Hathaway. It's just that when you give her a stupid script,
game over. Guess what? It's overtime.
Make her wear a shitty costume, surround her with Nintendo GameCube level effects, and have her directed by a man who is okay with having the name Petoff, how fitting that his name rhymes with beat off. There's no way to prevent yourself from sinking into that swamp of shit. But good on her for not just having the balls to accept her Razzie in person, but also eventually making a comeback on the hit CBS series Extant. Looks like Halle has finally put the failure of Catwoman behind her and in the litter box, where it belongs. And the number 1 most epic post-Oscar career failure is...
Cuba Gooding Jr. and Jerry Maguire!
Cuba Gooding Jr. in... Oh, well, geez, where do you start? I mean, ever since Cuba jumped his way to the Oscar podium for showing Tom Cruise the money in Jerry Maguire, it started a steady decline that proved to set a gold standard in throwing away Oscar credibility. Sure, he may have had some pretty fair success with his follow-up roles in As Good As It Gets and What Dreams May Come, but then came Chill Factor. You remember Speed? Well, replace the bus in that movie with an ice cream truck and boom, you got Chill Factor. Let's just say it didn't go over so well. Neither did Snow Dogs, with Cuba mugging it up alongside a pack of sled dogs in Alaska. Its tagline was "Get ready for mush hour." That tells you everything you need to know. And then came 2003's holy trifecta of holy shit, known as Boat Trip, The Fighting Temptations, and Radio, all of which got Cuba nominated for the Golden Raspberry Award. When you manage to insult gay people, black people, and the mentally challenged all in one year, that is an achievement worthy of Da Vinci. Finally, Cuba got another shot at the Razzie in 2007 with his roles in Norbit, which he lost to co-star Eddie Murphy, and Daddy Day Camp, where he filled a role played by Eddie Murphy, who felt he had better movies to do, namely Norbit. This proved to be a wake-up call for Cuba, who confessed to the New York Times that he, quote, thought people wanted me to make them laugh, but I was wrong on so many levels. So, does that mean Radio really was meant to be a comedy?
We're not gonna be able to take you on a bus today.
But don't worry, Cuba is slowly getting his groove back with roles in such prestige dramas as The Butler and current Best Picture nominee Selma. But his spectacular career drop-off will always stand as the best of the worst post-Oscar career choices. That isn't Nicolas Cage. Again, not putting him on the list, guys. He is too easy. And there you have it, folks, the top 10 worst post-Oscar career choices. If you think there are any out there I missed, discuss it in the comments below, and remember, keep watching Awfully Good Movies every other Wednesday here on the YouTube channel of JoBlo.com. Until next time, I'm Jesse Shade, and please, keep the post-Oscar riots to a minimum this year.
No Raiders, no peace! No Raiders, no peace! No Raiders, no peace! Into the Woods costume design pisses all over the Grand Budapest Hotel's costume design!
Glenn Campbell win the Oscar? I sure hope he won the Oscar.
JoBlo, he sure likes to drink a lot. JoBlo watches movie like the hero man. JoBlo, he's not just...
Hey everyone, Jesse Shade here from Awfully Good Movies. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see me take on more good bad movies, click on any of the links you see here, or subscribe to see this show alongside all the great content that we offer here at JoBlo.com. And remember, I love you. Wait, that sounded wrong. But I do love you though.